Hey everyone! As you may know, the new Timeline Park Contest for 2022 has started. We should probably call it Season 2. Anyway, at first I thought I wouldn't join, but I had such a nice idea that I decided to join anyway. And I will simply record all my building sessions, so that way I will have some nice content for YouTube as well. So yeah, as you can see, the grass in this map is completely blue. That's because I'm using a palette I made several years ago for a contest I joined. But yeah, that park never really got very far. And this timeline park session will allow me to actually carry on with this idea. So the idea is, basically it's a group of humans who are forming a new colony on a planet where humans are starting to settle. So basically, they start in a wooded area where they are slowly clearing out the land, and instead of using all the materials they've gotten for defense of their base, they've actually in secret started building some rides. So the rides will be covered in the beginning. At some point there will be wildlife attacks. At some point, like the mother base finds out, and lots of stuff will be happening. I've already thought out what's about to happen in every stage of the timeline park. Anyway, for the first stage, we will first have to make the landscape. Now, I don't want to make the entire 100 by 100 landscape in the beginning. Not even sure if I'm going to use all the land. I like my timeline parks to stay small. But the previous timeline park was also within 80 by 80 tiles. I tend to keep a similar size this time. So what I'm going to do is I will black tile a lot of the map, and I will just start small. I will just start with a small base surrounded by woods. Probably also some water, because the water has a very striking color in this palette. So we'll definitely want some water in the map. And I'll just try to make it look like a nice and alien landscape. Anyway, first off, I got to select the objects that I have to use. For this contest, we're allowed to use custom scenery if it consists of recolorable versions of base game objects. So what I'm going to do is, first off, it's the new save format. So I can just select all the normal scenery. So let's just select all the Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 scenery, and besides that, I will look for some expansion objects that I like to use. Maybe I'll just select them as I start building the park. And I believe that we also have a tab with recolorable objects that are typically used in my contests. So here it is. Too many objects selected. Okay, not really sure in which section we have too many objects. Yeah, I don't really know. Anyway, I think this should be sufficient for now. I will also select all the rides that are available, and after that I will start doing some landscaping in the park. Alright, one really useful thing that's added in the new save format is the void land type. There's actually also a void wall type. But yeah, I will use that to cut off a part of the map, just so we have a little bit less area to fill in the first stage. I think I'll cut off 30 on both sides, and that should leave us with around 40 tiles to work with. Alright, since we can also work with the void wall type, I'm going to add a little bit of completely black land around the map, and that allow me to make some underground paths for the guests to actually arrive here. So yeah, this colony will be surrounded by nature. So I want to make it look like the guests would arrive by air travel or something. Alright, I've now made the map. No, it's actually quite difficult to actually find back your paths if you make them invisible. Anyway, yeah, that should be taken care of now. So I own all the land. I have the entrance. I have an invisible underground path to lead the guests into the park. And they will enter through this. Now I've got some plans with this, which you will find out later. But yeah, what I want to do now is continue on just in and continue playing in a normal scenario. So I'm going to quickly go through this, save it as scenario, and then continue playing from that, so that I have all the tools available. Alright, here we are at Colony 8. Now we should soon see some guests enter the park through this invisible path. Now, what I'm going to do first is some landscaping. Like I already said, I want to have some water in the map. I don't want the map to be completely square, so I'm going to round it off a bit. And I'm going to put some plants around. And I also want to do something with this little area here. To start off, I'm going to make the map a little bit more round, and I'm going to do some landscaping. Now, when you're using custom trees like this, you always have to make sure to rotate them every now and then. I use the Z key for that, because a lot of these trees don't automatically rotate by themselves. Now, I'm making sure to give these trees some alien-looking colors, using these purple, pink, and blue shades, and also using these white stems for this white color for the stems. I think it's starting to look pretty cool. I'm really happy with the way this is starting to look. So yeah, most of this base will be surrounded by woodlands, and I might even make some form of creatures inside it. It's nice to finally find a setting where these carnivorous plants work really well. So definitely something you would expect on a alien planet like this. Alright, if this doesn't look like an alien landscape, I don't know what does. Anyway, for the entrance of the park, I actually want to make it look like the guests enter through an airship. So that's what I will be building now. I'll make a small airfield, and I'll probably put 2 of these airships on here, and one will be used to let the guests appear in the park. Now, I've practiced making a few of these airships before, so I think I got this one. I think I'll be able to build one pretty quickly. So let's hope I remember how to do this properly. Alright, I've made the airship now. Now, I quite like the way this looks. I might play with the colors a bit because it's really dark and kind of blends in. But yeah, the most important shapes are obviously clearly visible, being the propellers. And of course there's also the cockpit with its pink glass. And I also like how the guests actually enter the park from this airship. So that kind of makes it look more like the guests are actually coming in through here. Okay, well, obviously the park is not nearly finished yet. Still needs decoration, but I think this is already a nice start for the park. What I'm going to do now is simply add some construction materials, as if the construction materials have been loaded here by the ship as well. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. So yeah, I think this is a really nice start for the scenario. It still feels a little bit lifeless, and that will be something I'll take care of in the next video. So yeah, we'll want to have some guests walking around here. Maybe we'll want some creatures here in the woods lurking around. Yeah, I want to make it come to life a little bit more. But I'm really happy with the start of this. Alright, hope you enjoyed watching me build, and I'll see you again in the next video. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like, it would really help out my channel. Alright, hope you enjoyed watching me build, and I'll see you again in the next video. See you later.